Welcome to another episode of the October-long, fright-filled film fest, Fear Walks Amongst Us. I am your host, Professor Alistair Winters, and this is indeed my library of horrors, where once a week I go down into my vault and retrieve a spooktacular work of cinema, sure to make you jump at what goes bump in the night. Now you must forgive my abrupt entry. I was being pursued by a group of zombies down the street who thought I was probably a better source of nutrition than knowledge. But not to worry, we are safe here in the library. For now. You know, it is fitting that I would be pursued by a group of the dead undead down the street on today of all days, for it is their very ilk that serves as the topic of tonight's presentation. Welcome to Zombie Week on the Fright-Filled Film Festival. But where are my manners? Let us retire to parts more comfortable. To the viewing room! The elemental concept of the zombie, the dead reanimated to prey upon the living, is as old as the stories of man itself. Indeed, there are many correlations between the folklore of the zombie and that of the vampire. The term, the undead, seems to be a shortened form of the phrase, the dead undead, coined by Dr. Van Helsing in Bram Stoker's 1897 novel, Dracula. The word zombie first appeared in English in 1819 in a history of Brazil written by the British poet Robert Southey. The OED traces the history of the word zombie to West Africa, comparing it to the Congolese words Nzambi, meaning God, and Nzumbi, meaning fetish. A Kimbundo Portuguese dictionary defines the word zombie as a spirit destined to prey upon the living. Zombies made their cinematic debut in the year 1932 in the film The White Zombie, starring Bela Lugosi. In this film, the zombies are mindless slaves, shackled to the dark work of a magician. Zombies would make infrequent appearances in cinema over the next nearly 40 years, most notably appearing in Ed Wood's notorious The Plan 9 from Outer Space. And there was a zombie-vampire hybrid in 1964's Vincent Price film, The Last Man on Earth. However, the zombie as we think of them today, free from their correlations to voodoo, and the concept of the zombie apocalypse, indeed the very modern zombie film, arguably the template for the modern horror film, can be traced back to the work of one single director. The father of the zombie film, the legendary, late, great George Romero. The son of Lithuanian and Spanish immigrants, George Romero grew up in the Bronx in New York City. Later, he would attend college at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. After graduation, Romero founded the independent film production company Image 10 Productions. It was with this group that he would write, direct, and produce the 1968 genre-defining classic, The Night of the Living Dead. A grim, nihilistic social commentary, The Night of the Living Dead was unlike any horror film that had been made before, and reportedly sent audiences screaming from the theaters. The modern zombie film had risen. Romero would return to the zombie genre 10 years later in 1978 with The Dawn of the Dead, and again in 1985 with The Day of the Dead. Each of these films centered on a different group of characters trying to cope with the destruction of society and the zombie apocalypse. Romero made many films independently throughout his career, and after his death, left behind 40 unfinished screenplays. It was very, very difficult for me to select just one film among Romero's oeuvre to show to you tonight. However, I felt that one movie separated itself from the pack to truly define the zombie genre. This film features the unmistakable gore work of Tom Savini, as well as a distinct soundtrack, a combination of library musical cues, as well as the work of Euro-prog group Goblin. At its core, this film asks the question inherent to the zombie genre. How do we maintain our humanity as society decays around us? So sit back and enjoy a film that was shot just hours from where we sit right now. The 1978 George Romero classic, The Dawn.